Donald Trump is scrambling. From pardoning a corrupt sheriff who immediately blamed Hunter Biden to trade negotiations so disastrous even his own voters are confused, to a courtroom smackdown that just rocked one of his key attacks. It's all part of the same unraveling pattern. Deflect the blame, fail the mission, and face the fallout. And now, in a major blow to Trump's efforts to sabotage public policy, New York just won a major legal battle against Trump. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avallone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now let's take a look at this unraveling pattern in Donald Trump's circle, because almost every Trump supporter follows the same pattern. First, you have deflecting the blame. We recently covered this corrupt sheriff who was pardoned by Donald Trump, and now in classic MAGA fashion, the corrupt sheriff is blaming Hunter Biden.
And that, I think, got me definitely in the eyes of the Democrats. Northam threatened me publicly that he would take care of me later. And we kind of know some of the connections down through Richmond and all from Comey to others. But I really crossed the line when later, before they came after me, I was on a phone call. My line was taped by the FBI, tapped, but unknown to me. Wayne Ivey, a sheriff from Brevard, Florida, Mike Lewis from Maryland, and a group of us had formed Protect America Now, supporting President Trump's border agenda prior. But we were on a call one day in late 2022, and it was proposed to go after Hunter Biden's laptop. An individual had the hard drive, wanted us to fly to a secret location, view it, and obtain charges because suddenly, within a matter of weeks, all hell broke loose for myself.
This is a perfect example of how Republicans operate. They just deflect, they change the subject, and they absolutely fear being held accountable. Next, within this unraveling pattern, you have failing the mission. Donald Trump made a bunch of promises about how he would fix the economy and how the tariffs would significantly benefit everyone. Remember, he even floated the idea that tariffs could replace income tax? Well, now Trump's trade negotiations are so disastrous, even Trump's own supporters are baffled.
The voters, they are confused too. Trump, a clear plan for tariffs and trade. The majority answer here is no. No, Donald Trump does not have a clear plan for tariffs and trade. This is the one thing that perturbs voters and the markets more than anything else. It's not whether or not you put tariffs on or not. It's whether you are going to actually do it and stick to your guns. The American public does not believe that Donald Trump sticks to his guns. 55% say no, he does not have a clear plan for trades and tariffs. And I will note, of course, the center of the electorate, the all-important independent vote, 64% of independents say no. Donald Trump does not have a clear plan for trade and tariffs. And I will note that this no number has been creeping up, according to CBS News YouGov. So as Donald Trump's presidency go on, the American people think he's becoming less clear over time.
But all of this culminates to the finale of the pattern. This is where Donald Trump is now, facing the fallout, because it finally happened. After all the bluster, threats, and legal maneuvering, New York just won a major legal battle against Trump, and it's sending shockwaves through his entire agenda.
It's a legal showdown that could ripple across the country, and New York just landed a major blow to the Trump administration's agenda. On Tuesday, a federal judge temporarily blocked Donald Trump's efforts to dismantle New York City's landmark congestion pricing plan, a first-of-its-kind tolling system that charges most drivers $9 during peak hours to enter Manhattan below 60th Street. The goal? Reduce traffic and use the funds to overhaul the city's aging mass transit system. Trump has made it crystal clear for months. He wants the toll gone. His administration threatened to choke off federal funding for New York's transportation projects unless the city backed down. But Judge Louis J. Lyman wasn't having it. He ruled that New York would suffer irreparable harm if forced to suspend the program, granting the MTA a restraining order that keeps the toll in place at least through June 9th. Let's break this down. Congestion pricing is not just a toll. It's a lifeline. It's expected to raise $15 billion to modernize subways, improve accessibility, and reduce gridlock in one of the most congested cities in America. Since its launch in January, traffic is down, speeds are up, and transit officials say it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. But that didn't stop Trump's Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy from revoking federal approval back in February, claiming the toll unfairly burdens drivers and shouldn't be used to fund public transit instead of roads. Then, in a stunning power play, he announced that his department would begin withholding federal funding for New York starting May 28th. The MTA fired back with a lawsuit, and now they've scored a huge early victory. The judge's ruling not only halts Trump's threats, but also signals that the MTA is likely to win the broader legal case. MTA CEO Janno Lieber called the decision a stand against coercive threats. Meanwhile, attorney Roberta Kaplan warned that allowing Trump's interference would cast an eternal fog of uncertainty over future infrastructure projects nationwide. If federally approved programs can be undone on a whim, what project is safe? At stake isn't just New York's traffic plan, it's the integrity of the entire infrastructure approval process in the U.S. And if this ruling holds, it could send a powerful message. Even the Trump administration can't bully states into submission. Stay tuned, because this fight is far from over.
I actually think it's so funny that the guy who ran on Law and Order can't stop losing to Law and Order. All in all, whether it's a corrupt sheriff dodging blame, a flailing trade policy that confuses even Trump's base, or a legal defeat in New York, these aren't isolated moments. They're symptoms of the same failing playbook. Blame others, avoid responsibility, and hope no one notices the chaos. But the cracks are showing, and this time the courts, the public, and even his allies are beginning to see it.